You but of course, if you choose a school that is very cheap, like I see in South Sudan, most of the schools are cheap so far. Like from private universities, the schools that are expensive should be IE University, and then Stafford, and somehow Jamajuba now, which like Stafford pays about $300 per semester. Per year, that's like $600, which is which is fair. If you put your fees properly, you can actually get that money. And of, so these are the key eligibility criteria that you should read carefully and make sure that you tick the boxes here. And applications, the application is open for 3 months, for the whole of December, the whole of January, and the whole of February. So the deadline is 1st of March. So you have 3 whole months to work on your application. That means you need to work on your application slowly. Work on your application slowly, and make sure that everything you put there really adds up. And applications must be received by March 1st of each year to be considered for the following academic year. The WMI scholars are selected through an in-depth multi-step review process. The selected WMI scholars will be emailed on August 1st. Their names will also be published on the WMI website homepage and the WMI Facebook page. Those who are not selected will also be notified after August 1st. Now, another thing is that family members of WMI staff and of WMI scholars are not eligible to apply. So that means that, for instance, I am a scholar. If you're my family member, you are not eligible to apply. Or if you are staff, or if your family member is a staff of the Wells Mountain Initiative, then you are also not eligible to apply. So the application is really for people who are not in these categories. Now, you note this. We see that we are now in the world of AI. So where people now, they really don't want to do things on their own. They want to rely on artificial intelligence to curate even very simple things for them, which is not good. Like now, when you go to Facebook, even a lot of entities now, even organizations, they post AI generated content, which is really not good. So we should be very creative. And that is why they are saying that the use of unaccredited ideas and content created by other persons and use of unaccredited AI generated content is plagiarism and goes against the policies and ideals of the Wells Mountain Initiative. Any applicants found to have plagiarized their essays will be considered ineligible for a scholarship. And if you are planning to study in the US, Canada, Australia, UK, or Western Europe, you will not qualify for a WMI scholarship. Like I said, you should apply for schools that are in the developing world, not schools that are in these countries mentioned here. So here are some tips for you to become a very competitive applicant. For you to go the chances of even reaching the interview, you need to follow these tips. They are very important and they can increase your chances of selection. One, you need to have a record of all your service activities. You need to know the dates in which you did some of your volunteering work. You need to have the activity names, the time you spent doing that activities, and you need to have some photos from that volunteering work of yours. Next, you need to make sure that you have your secondary school result, your national exam results, and if it is graded, for instance, in letters, or if you're studying in Uganda, these things of D1, D2, or principal passes, A level, and stuff, make sure that your result has the grading keys so that they can interpret your result. Number three, you need to request 2 letters of recommendation on official stationery from 2 people who know you professionally and or personally and can showcase the reasons you deserve this scholarship. So yeah, you really need to get 2 recommendations, 2 strong recommendations from people who know you on a professional or personal level, and they can explain to the WMI board that you really need this scholarship, or you are someone who deserves this scholarship. And all documents above must be in English. If the documents are not in English, then you should provide a translation or translated versions of those documents from the original language into English language. Yes, again, usually when you see things like this and then you see that some information is being repeated, you need to know that that information is very important. For example, here, important dates. You need to know that on December 1st, the scholarship will be available on the WMI website, and completion will start to be accepted on their website. The deadline is 1st of March 2025, and this is the countdown. So far, you have 69 days left, and it keeps counting down. So this is the countdown to help guide you. Now, again, here is some important information. Like, this organization really attempts to provide all the information you need to really apply. So, one, applications from qualified applicants will be accepted until 1st March 2025. Before applying, you should read this information sheet. This information sheet pretty much summarizes most of the things they talk about: the overview of the scholarship, the ideal candidate, the levels of study, the application is free, and things like that. And also, you need to see some frequently asked questions from people who are applying. And these two documents will assist. So let's look at these documents again. This is the document on the information sheet. This is the document on the information sheet. Let me just make it bigger a bit. Yes, let me just make it bigger. I think you guys can see now. Yes, this should be big enough, and I think you can see this. So so one, of course, you need to know that this is a very highly competitive scholarship. Of course, very many people out there will be applying for it. So that means it's very, very competitive. That is one thing you need to know. The scholarships, the second thing is that scholarships support students earning their first tertiary certificate, diploma, or bachelor's degree. That is second important point. That means if you're somebody who has a degree already, you really is not eligible. And then scholarship awards last throughout all years of undergraduate education if the awardee meets ongoing scholarship support criteria. Of course, during the scholarship, you will be required to continue doing voluntary work, to continue submitting reports, and things like that. And as long as you continue to meet this eligibility criteria, the scholarship will support you until you graduate. Number Number four, applications must be completed in what? In English. If required, documents supplied in other language must be accompanied by official English translations. And another thing is that they award 80 to 100 scholarships per year. So every year they give between 80 and 100 scholarships. And the maximum scholarship award is 3,000 US dollars, and the average scholarship is 1,500 US dollars. So that means that the highest amount of money they can give is $3,000, while the average, where like majority of scholars get, is $1,500. That is another important point. And this money is intended to support your tuition fees. It's intended to support books that you want to buy, course materials like printing your assignments and stuff, accommodation and meals, and transportation. But the scholarship, they will not allow you to buy smartphone, iPhone. They will not allow you to buy a computer using the money they give you. So these are the things with which you are supposed to buy with the scholarship funds. And the ideal candidate, I already explained this one, and the levels of study and expenses not supported by the scholarship. So one, again, education at college, polytechnic or university in the US, United Kingdom, Australia, Europe, this is not, they will not fund this because education in these countries, while it's excellent, but it's too expensive for their scholarship amounts to be adequate. So that is the reason why they don't support. Number two, master's or doctorate degrees. Of course, if you're somebody looking to study a master's or PhD, this is not US because their resources are limited to assist young people in getting their first degree. Of course, like I said, mentioned earlier, you cannot use your money for buying laptops, for going to international conferences, or for funding your fancy trips, probably to the beach and stuff like that. Debts or past due tuition bills. If you are somebody who likes borrowing and you want to use the money for clearing, that one is not allowed. So these are ineligible expenses that cannot be supported by the scholarship. Of course, you need to know that the scholarship is free, application is free. No one should tell you that you are supposed to pay money in order to what? To apply. The scholarship application is free. They don't require the applicant to pay an admission or processing fee or to buy a number to access, submit, or have the application reviewed. If someone contacts you saying a fee is required, you send the email to info@wellsmountaininitiative.org. And another important thing is their policy on plagiarism and AI generated content within the application material. Please and please, I strongly advise that do not use AI or AI content in your application. Your application should really be very natural, and you will be required to write personal statements and an essay. So ensure that the work that you submit fully originates from you. If you borrow ideas from another source, you need to cite any quotations or references, or the essay will be deemed plagiarized. The use of AI generated text or outline structures is not allowed. Using unaccredited ideas, content by other persons, or AI generated text directly violates the scholarship application policy. Your personal statements and essay will be checked for plagiarism and the use of AI generated text. Any applicants found to have plagiarized or used AI generated content will be considered ineligible for the scholarship. Again, here is a repeat of the application timeline. The application opened since the 1st of December 2024. It will close on March 1st, 2025. From April to July, the WMI board will be reviewing the applications. And then on August 1st, 2025, they will announce the scholarship recipients. On September 2025, they will send you your first installment of the scholarships. In January 2026, you will submit your first academic and community service reports. Now, here are your responsibilities if you are selected for this scholarship. Number one, you need to maintain above average grades in all university studies. In your course units, make sure that you are able to score above average. The second one is you need to become an ambassador for community service and engagement. You need to be somebody who is really good with volunteering, working for free. You don't need to be somebody who just wants to be paid for everything you do. And then you need to perform, record, and document 100 hours of community service throughout the year. It's very important. And you need to complete the academic semester report and community service report for WMI scholars twice a year. Now, in the academic report, you are supposed to submit your semester grades, your current school ledger, current academic calendar, an expense tracker detailing how the scholarship funds were spent in the previous period, together with receipts. You need to have receipts for all your expenses. The community service report details how the scholar was involved in community service activities, and you are required to attach photos of your community service to this report. And you need to communicate with the education manager openly regarding your situation as a student. And of course, if you feel that this information is not sufficient, you can still contact WMI through this email, info@wellsmountaininitiative.org. So this is really all the information you need to know about the scholarship. And again, if you want to review this, you can get it here on the website. And here are some frequent questions that people ask about the scholarship. Um, Here are some frequent questions. When can I apply? Of course, the dates are here. How do I apply? So the scholarship has a portal via website. So there's some easy instruction. You have to create an account on the application portal. I will show you the application portal later. And then another question is people ask, can I email my application documents to WMI? No, no email application is accepted. You must use the online scholarship application process and submit your application only once. Any application duplication will result in the applicant being disqualified. So that means that you are not supposed to submit your application like 2 times, only submit once. And then another question people ask is, does my application have to be in English? Yes, your application must be in English. If your original documents are not in English, you will have to submit a verified translation. Am I required to submit grades? Yes, you are required to you are required to submit an official transcript from secondary school and all tertiary classes you have already completed. Like if you're somebody who is in the university, you are in your second year or first year, and you are applying for the scholarship to continue supporting your studies, then you have to send in your transcript for your for the time that you have already finished for your first year and things like that. Another question people ask is, why are 2 recommendations required? Of course, you must submit 2 recommendation letters written by someone who knows you well, but this person must not be your family member. The letters should detail why you deserve to receive a scholarship, and these letters should include what qualities you possess that qualify you as an excellent student, a future successful university graduate, and a responsible citizen who will give back to their community. Your letters of recommendation may come from a teacher, from a religious leader, from a volunteer service supervisor, or an employer, and should be printed or written on the recommender's organization's letterhead. You are requested to provide the email addresses of the 2 recommenders in the application. The recommenders must log onto the scholarship recommendation portal to upload their letters, and they must do so by March 1st, 2025. Please ensure that the email addresses that you share are correct. Recommenders will receive an automatic email from the application portal with instructions on uploading the recommendation letters onto the platform. Note that your application will not be complete until your recommendation letters are received. I think looks like this is new, because in the previous application processes, actually the recommendation is uploaded by the student who is applying. But I think this seems to be new. It is introduced this year, where the application must be submitted by the people who are. That means again you must choose people who are well versed with computer. People who are writing recommendations must be people who are good with computer, and they should be people who have the time, to log into the portal and submit your recommendation letter, because your application will not be complete without the recommendation. Now, what happens if I don't submit all required documents? Of course, if you don't submit all documents, the scholarship, the application will not submit itself. Yeah, because another thing is you need to be careful when you're uploading the documents, because sometimes you may upload maybe your secondary certificate in the place which it needs a different certificate. So make sure that you upload the right certificate in the right place. So for what fields of study are the scholarships provided? So the are provided for all fields, though most of their scholars are in the fields of healthcare, social work, education, and social justice, as well as other professions that help the economy and progress of the country, such as IT, engineering, agriculture, and business. So most of their scholarships are in healthcare, social work, education, and social justice. And others considered also include IT, engineering, agriculture, and what? And business. Um, what somebody is saying, what if I study in the UK, USA, Europe, or Australia, but promise to return to my country after I graduate? Of course, you will not be eligible for the scholarship program because they don't fund education in those countries. Another question is, do I need to be accepted to a school before I apply for the scholarship? No. You can apply for the scholarship before you receive your official acceptance letter. But of course, still in the portal, they will need information about the, let me say, they need information about the calendar of the school, the fee structure, and things like that, because there's some calculation of fees and stuff which you are supposed to do. So that means that you need to really, like I said from the beginning, you need to apply to a very organized university if you're somebody who is still not in the university. Will the scholarship cover all my expenses? Probably no. But of course, if your school is cheap, it can cover all your expenses. But if your school is expensive, it cannot cover all your expenses because their scholarships range from 300 US dollars to 3,000 US dollars. So the smallest amount is someone can get is $300, while the highest amount someone can get is 3,000 US dollars a year. Uh, Although, of course, they award very few people at 3,000 US dollar level. Their average scholarship, the average amount they give people is $1,500 a year. Yeah, $1,500 a year. And then if you are like if your cost exceed 3,000 US dollars and you have absolutely no other way to make the difference, um, then they recommend that you don't apply for one of their scholarships. If your cost costs you more than $3,000, then they don't recommend that you apply for their scholarships because it is not wise to inflate your expenses. And then, if I receive a WMI scholarship, is it guaranteed for the length of my degree program? Of course, generally speaking, they can pay you for your entire degree. But of course, now you must maintain good grades. You must continue to volunteer within your community for up to 100 hours per year. And you have to meet all reporting requirements as directed by the Wells Mountain Initiative. Reporting requirements include submitting an academic report and a community service report. If you don't do that, then you can be disqualified and they will cut off the scholarship support to you. Will my application be reviewed? Of course, yes, your application will be reviewed. What are my chances of securing a WMI scholarship? Of course, the organization receives a much higher, greater number of scholarships each year than the year before, but the scholarship funds are not growing at the same rate. Last year, they received over 1,600 complete applications, and they accepted 102 new scholars, representing an acceptance rate of 6%. So you see, 1,600 people applied. Their applications are complete in every respect. It had everything they needed, but they ended up selecting only 102 scholars, which represented only 6% of the applicants. So you would see that it's very competitive and the competition is very stiff. So make sure that your scholarship is complete and your scholarship is received before the deadline. It's actually a good practice to submit before the deadline. When is the deadline? We have already explained. And when will. So these are some frequently asked questions that people usually ask about their scholarship. So far, so good. If you have any questions, please ask. Does anyone have questions?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
I thank you very much, Mr. Bida, for the nice work done, and that is being part of it and doing service to the community. I greatly recommend. I appreciate that. The question that I wanted to ask is based on the university website. Okay, for example, I have an interest to enroll in the University of Juba, and its website actually sometimes is not upgraded. I mean, the content is not being upgraded or even updated. Which other recommended? I mean, which other universities can you recommend within South Sudan that one can actually try to apply to? And then, secondly, what nature of voluntary work do they expect? For example, could it be in the church, within the community, or even based, or actually within the school? Like, for example, I'm in the school and I became a leader. Am I supposed to mention this as some of my voluntary activities or not? Thank you very much.
Okay, good. Thank you. On your question of the university, it really doesn't matter. Like, this is a website for the University of Juba, right? This is the website,
Mm.
University of Juba. So it really doesn't matter whether the website is being updated. But what is very important is if you can get those documents that you need for your application. For instance, if you can get the fee structure for your course, and then if you can get the academic calendar, those are the main things they need in the application for from the university. If you can get those documents, and then also the course that you want, if it is there at the University of Juba, then I advise that you can proceed with the University of Juba. And then also, for me to recommend schools, it really depends on the course that you want to study. Um, the schools, yes. Which course do you want to study?
I have interest to do demography and statistics.
Demography and statistics. I think that course is majorly at the University of Juba. I'm not sure some of those private universities have. Probably it could be maybe Upper Nile. That could be another option. But the private schools, maybe they introduced recently, but I think most of the private schools don't have that. But like I said, as long as you can get those documents, the fee structure for your course, and then the academic calendar for the University of Juba, if you can get, and then you can just continue to apply with the University of Juba. And then the second question on the kind of voluntary work, you can actually volunteer anywhere. Like you've in the church. Let's say maybe you are doing some work with the choir, or maybe you are doing some preaching, or maybe you are working with the youth groups to do some kind of arrangements in the church here and there. What is very important is if you can document those things. You can take photos of you while you are working in the church. You can see how many hours did you spend doing that particular voluntary work in the church, or again the school. That is also another voluntary what work. So even if you're somebody who is just let's say you take photos, good photos using your phone, maybe you're going on the street, you take photos of nature, that is also what um, voluntary work. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it answers me very well. And then just something little. For example, when we talk about the university and then maybe the course, can you try to recommend some other universities maybe that you know in South Sudan, maybe apart from the course that I'm interested in doing, but at least they have like maybe get information on the website could be easy because you know how University of Juba is doing. And then secondly, I think I tried to browse the application portal, and there's that question that asks like, are you currently volunteering in this organization or not? So, for example, if I quit the service, will I also make it to be okay? Maybe to include it or not? Because I think somewhere to May this year, I think I one of the most recent voluntary activity that I was doing, I had to leave it due to some other internal uh, administrative issues within the institution. So, am I supposed to include that? Yes, I've quit working here, or okay, just something like that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your question. Yes, so like honestly, I can tell you that for Juba, for example, Juba, most of these universities here, you really have to go to their office to get the information that you want. This is I'm very honest with you here. Most of these universities in Juba, you really have to go to their office, meet the academic registrar or whoever is in charge, and then get the information that you want. But information on their website is really is really not easy. I'm not sure most of them update their websites regularly. Um, but I know there's Africa Zeal University, but they don't have the course you want. And then there's Stafford. Stafford, the last time I saw their website was down. There's Star International University, they have a website. There's St. Mary's College, they don't have a website. And then there's how do you call it? And then there's some of these health science institutes. There's IE University. Yes, there's IE University, which you could also check. And then Upper Nile, of course, university. So these are some of the universities that you could check out in Juba. But like I mentioned, the best way is just make time, go to their offices, and then request for the information that you want. And then the other question is about whether you have left the university, the institution, and you want to include. Yes, you can include the community service, and you indicate that you have already left that institution. There's no harm in that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yes, Makur, your hand was up. You want to say something, or your question is already answered?
Yes, I want to ask some questions here. Are you getting?
Okay, okay. Yes, I'm getting you.
Uh, there was that page that was talking about outbreak percentage. So my question is like, in South Sudan here, we have like this system that we were having. The result used to be shoot out using percentage, but now it has changed to letters. So do they require grading keys for those percentage average?
Yes, yes. Like for the senior for result for South Sudan, behind it there's there's the there's that part that explains how the grading was done. So what you can do, you scan that back page, you scan that back page of the results, and that is what you submit.
Yeah, I know that one for senior four, but also for transcript, like they will need from senior one to senior three, right? Or they will need also from senior four transcript. Do they need that?
For senior four,
Yeah, transcript for senior four first
yes,
term, second term.
the senior four, the certificate
They
you
just
have, the one that is issued by NEC,
the
that is
government.
enough.
Okay. So my
Yeah, that
question
is
was
enough.
on the grading case also for transcript. Will they require? Oh, they will just use that one for NEC.
For you mean for the other classes like senior one to senior three?
Yeah, like senior three, senior one, senior two.
Those ones there, your school was using what?
They were using percentage average.
Then it's the same. It's the same like for senior four. So the one for senior four is enough to explain. So to explain all the other keys from the other classes.
Okay, and also the one of semester academic grade report for the university. Like at
Mhm.
the University of Juba, where I'm studying now, I don't think they give out transcript like for the first semester or second semester. I don't know whether they can give.
That one there, you have to request. You have to go to your head of department, and then ask them that you are applying for some scholarship support to support your studies, and they need your results for the semesters you have done so far. They can give you.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
All
Just
right.
go to your head of department or whoever is in charge, and then you request them. They will give you, because for you are already a student, and you are applying as a continuing student, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So that means it's a must for you to have it. You need to request it from your school. Thank you.
All right.
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Robinson.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, Bida. I just wanted clarification on this essay, a topic stated on application form. How will I make it like look like?
The essay.
And yes,
We'll
and
look at
what
essays
if
tomorrow. Essays tomorrow, not today.
okay,
Yeah, we'll look at essays
and
tomorrow.
And like on my transcript, if the result is like already like interpreted already, and it's not like the South Sudan whatever, like the secondary one, which is great, like percentage. So will I like also like convert it into the percentage whatever?
No, no, no. You don't need to convert. If your result is already interpreted, there's no problem. But of course, if your result is for Uganda, there's that thing of in Uganda they have this thing of distinction. This credit this. You need to give the other page that explains those things. You need to upload it. It's not you to do it. You need to get the documents. Like for
I
South
get it
Sudan,
from somebody.
like for South Sudan, in front behind the certificate, those things are written that explains how the result was computed. I don't know for Uganda.
The one for Uganda is like interpreted. They gave it in a form that is already interpreted. That it
Yes,
doesn't need interpretation.
if it is already interpreted, then there's no problem.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Yes, Abui. Yes, Abui.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. I wanted to ask about the two recommendation letters. Are they
Mm-hmm.
from the institution where you work, or they are just from maybe a trustee, some people who knows you?
Yes. So again, let me. Are you seeing? Are you seeing? Are you seeing this screen?
Yes.
Okay. So we say the scholarship, the recommendation should be from someone who knows you on a personal or professional level, but the person should not be your family member, and the person should be someone who is able to print the letter on a letterhead.
Okay.
Yes, and the person should be able to really explain in the recommendation why you deserve the scholarship.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, Isaac, you have another question?
Not really. Thank you. I think it is more concerned on the essay, but I think we'll look at that tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Yes, let's say tomorrow. Thank you. Yes, so let us continue with the requirements. So these are some of the documents required. These are some of the documents required. One, you need to have a clear personal photo. You need to have a clear digital photo. Let me hope all of you have, like, it should be something like a passport size photo, but in digital form that you are able to upload to the portal. So that is one thing. And the photo should be very recent, should show the real you of now. Okay. The second thing is you should have an essay. The topic is stated in the application form, and then you should have the application form. You should have the personal essay statement. You should have two recommendation letters. You should have official transfer of grades from secondary. You should have official grading key to interpret secondary school grades. If you are somebody who is already in the university, you need to upload your transcript and then your official grading key. And then you should have official result from the national exams and also official grading key to score on your national exam. So these are the key documents that you must have for your application to be what? Complete. And again, recommendation. We say recommendation letters vary throughout culture. So they have created some guidelines for recommendation letters. So here are some of the guidelines for, and these guidelines, make sure you send the guidelines to the people who are writing your application. So please and please share these guidelines with the people who are writing your recommendation letter so that they know. One, we say that the WMI Scholars Program requires the submission of two recommendation letters. These recommendation letters are instrumental in reviewing the complete application. Letters of recommendation serve as one element that assists reviewers in learning more about you from someone who knows you or your accomplishments well and your accomplishments well. So here are some of the tips. Two recommendation letters from two from different people are required to complete your scholarship program. This is an opportunity for another person to introduce and share more information about why you deserve to be to become a WMI scholar and a lifelong member of the WMI program. The people writing your recommendation letter should know you personally through your secondary or tertiary studies, involvement with community organization in a professional work setting, or as an individual who will further explain their direct connection to you within the letter. I think now your question is getting answered, Abui. Now,
Yes, yes.
letters should be written within a year of your application submission. Make sure that the recommendation letter you are going to attach is not old. It should be less than a year old. And recommendation letters that do not showcase your growth and most recent involvement achievements. The letter must include the date it is written. Recommendation letters are not written by family members. Make sure your family member does not write the what? The application. Within the application portal, you will be required to enter the following information, identifying the two recommenders who should be contacted to upload their recommendation letter. Again, now that means that the people you are choosing for your recommendation should be people who are good with internet, and because this time the people will be contacted and then they will upload the letter to the portal themselves. Now it's not you to really upload the letter. Those years it used to be the applicant who uploads the letter, but now it has changed. Now the recommendation will be uploaded by the person who wrote it. You see, so you have to enter their email, and then the application system will send them a link. They will click on the link, and then they upload the recommendation letter. So you guys are getting, and then ensure that the email address you provide for your recommenders are accurate, because recommenders will receive an automatic email from the application portal with instructions on how to upload the recommended letter within a secure recommender portal on the platform. If you have further questions, then you need to contact info@wellsmountaininitiative.org. So this is it. This is the guidelines about the recommendation and how to apply. How to apply. If you qualify, now is the time to apply for this opportunity. Since 2005, the scholarship scheme has supported more than 700 students worldwide. Please note that in recent years, they have been able to select approximately 5% of applicants to become part of this program. The number they select is based solely upon limited funding, as nearly all applicants are extremely deserving. So you need to apply online, and file formats accepted are JPEG, PNG, GIF, DOC, DOCS, PDF, version 10 or newer. And of course, you need to know that you don't pay any money to be able to what? To apply. So this is the application portal. It's on Kaleidoscope. So you have to, again, they provide more information about the scholarship and really some of the things that you need to know. Yeah. So I would say that this scholarship is really very good, because it really provides you all the information you need at every stage in order to what? That means these are people who really want you to understand everything before you actually apply. So this is the application portal. You come after clicking, and then you will be required to create an account. Yes, you can sign in or you can create an account. Let me see if I am able to create an account. Then I put my name, your number, you create a password, then you confirm that you are at least 13 years old, and then you what? You submit. So pretty much this is how you create your account. Your account gets created, you get your email, and then you begin with the application process. So I'm going to give a chance to Joseph. Joseph, can you hear me? How many of you have started the application? I put in the poll. I see 3 people have not started. Only one person has started.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Is there anything you want to add?
Yeah, basically, I think you have given all which someone will need to apply or to put in a successful application. So what I will only add is that whoever is willing to apply and is going to apply should really put an effort to be able to follow all those instructions, because all of them really matter, and they take them really very serious. So if you really want to be successful in your application, don't uh, don't leave out any of the instructions which are being put there. And again, as you said, this application really it is really a very good one. As you stated, this is an application whereby they give you everything that you need to succeed. So it's just a matter of you putting in some effort to be able to follow the instructions and provide all the documents as they need them, and then your application will be good to go. So uh, about all the requirements, okay, about the essay and what as you let me say about the essay, but that we shall talk about it tomorrow. But just everything like about the results. Uh, uh, Basically, if your results are done in percentages, then I think it is good to go. You don't need a key for you to apply. And then one other thing is that mostly I think if you are giving results of senior one, senior three, that's without the senior four, you should, if possible, you should make it like on should be like on one sheet, because so that you only upload it once, like senior one, you can have senior one and senior two and senior three all on one sheet. So that one will also help you to have a successful application. So that's all I can say for now. But other things I think I'll share more tomorrow during the essay. And thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I see one person, the hand is up. The name is not there. One person, the hand is up. There's someone whose hand is up. Please, you can proceed if your hand is up. The name is not there.
Yeah, really sorry. I don't know why the name is not showing.
It's
Thank you.
okay.
My question is, I heard you saying that the scholarship mostly deal with people who are doing courses in healthcare, and I'm doing medicine. I'm a first year medical student in Kenya, so I wanted to ask if the scholarship do cover for the scholars for the whole 6 years, or yeah, maybe something like that.
Yes, it can cover for your entire period of study as long as you continue to maintain good grades and also do community service and submit the reports that they require twice a year. So
Oh,
if you continue, yes,
okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Any other questions? Do we have any other questions or everything seems clear now?
Yes, I have one question here.
Yes, Makur.
Yeah, there was a time I saw it that they need excellent grades. Then you brought up that you should not have average grades in high school. So excellent grade is like 90 and above, or what?
No, excellent is something above 50, above 50. Um,
Okay.
yes, above 50.
I think with the grades, what they are saying is that they need some for you to have above average. Like if the
Yes.
average for the system that your school is using is 50, then they are saying okay from 50 to excellent, like the most that you can get out of that. So from the 50 maybe to 100. So that's what they are saying. They are not saying you should get in a 100 or 90, no, but from the average and above. I think that's what they are meaning there.
That is clear.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you. Robinson?
Tomorrow meeting time, same time, 1 p.m. Juba time. Oh,
Yes, yes, 1 p.m. Juba time tomorrow. So tomorrow we will focus on writing the essays, how you can write good essays and stuff. Today, the major focus is so you can understand the application and things like that. Um, you need to make sure that you create your account on the portal if you have not yet done so. So please make sure that you 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 create your. Let me share the link. This is the link to the application. The actual application link is here. Yes, this is the actual application link. Make sure you click there, create your account, and then begin looking at the application. Because the application, you can always come back and edit any part, and keep reviewing your application slowly. Now you have, I think, 2 months left because December is finishing. So you have like the whole of January and the whole of February to really put together a very good application. Yes, and tomorrow our major focus will now be on the essays. I've not yet seen the essay questions. Those days they used to provide. Okay, yes, the paper application is here. So okay, another technique is this. By the way, another technique is this one. Another technique is for you to download this paper application. So once you download this paper application, then you can fill this information offline using a PDF editor. You can fill all this information offline using a PDF editor. And then once you are done, because those who don't have internet, you can download the paper application, and then you fill this offline using your PDF editor. And then now when you are ready, then you can go, and then you just copy and paste. You copy from your PDF to the online one. You see, like I see the essay questions for this year. Let me see the essay questions for this year. Hey, did I miss it or what? Yes.
sir, can you like forward it to the WhatsApp groups for those who might like have problem downloading it?
Yes, I will forward in the group the paper application and then the link for you to create the account. So the first question, these are the two essay questions. No, hey,
That's Ray. I saw it last
this
time.
time, this time there are three essays, eh?
Yeah.
It used to be two essays only. I think this time there are three. One is please write a 350 to 500 word essay, personal about your background, including your family and life experiences. Ensure that you describe the circumstances leading you to apply for this scholarship and why you believe you should be favorably considered. And then the second one is in 500 words or less, explain what inspired you to pursue your selected field of study. What makes you well suited to this field, and how would you like to use your degree to help your community, nation, or region at large? And then question number three, if you were given $1,500 to fund a service project to support your community, what issue would you focus on? Why is this issue relevant or ongoing in your community? What makes this issue personally important to you? How does the issue relate to your field of study? Who would benefit from the project? And what impact would it have on you, your community, and your nation? How would you evaluate the success of the initiative? Provide 3 to 5 indicator matrices for your monitoring and evaluation of this initiative. Please provide a detailed budget in USD for all anticipated expenses. Yeah, so you have 3 essays that you are supposed to work on. So the essays, you can write them on a separate Microsoft Word document. You develop the essay in a separate Microsoft Word document, and then all the 3 essays, they should be on you can do just one Microsoft document and you separate the pages. And then the application, you can use a PDF editor. Whichever PDF editor you have, you just fill those information in advance. At least it can make you to be familiar with the application process. And you really need to have a computer for you to submit a good application. Make sure you do all these things on a computer. Don't use a phone. If you don't have a computer, try to borrow one. And you can just put all these documents in a flash, and then get someone's computer that is very good, that is not having a virus, and then you work on those things on a flash. And then once you are done, you just save, you move your flash. Next tomorrow, you come and what? Continue. That would help you a lot. And yeah, if you really do well, you can get this scholarship as long as all your documents are complete, and then your essays are good, and then all information is completely filled as required. I think if there are no questions, this would be how far we will come. But again, let me just take you through the form. So in the form, the first information is, of course, your personal information,
Hello,
your
Bida.
surname. Yes, please.
Just can I interrupt before you conclude? You said something about a PDF editor. You said this document is being worked on online, like you can download it and then edit it online. Is it online or actually PDF?
Pardon?
This document, that the paper application document, is it in PDF
So this
format or
one,
it is online?
it is PDF. It is PDF.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to send in the WhatsApp group, and then what I'm saying is you can fill it, because sometimes people are too lazy buying data. So you can have this form, and then you can fill it using a PDF editor. There are some PDF editors that can allow you fill this information. So you can fill it using a PDF editor, and then when most of it is complete, you can then transfer the information from here to the application portal.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. You do, and then that will be helpful. Yes, Aboy, you want to ask?
Yes, Vida.
Mm.
I wanted to ask something. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you can give a clarification about what is their reaction about AI, artificial intelligence, when you're trying to drop something? How is their reaction?
You can be disqualified.
Hey,
Yes, you can be disqualified. So please don't use AI. Make sure you really use your natural your natural skills.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, Robinson.
And there are only two spaces for name here. The given name is the surname, right? And the family name is the other names.
No,
Is
no,
it?
no. The given name is your real name, and then the family name is your surname.
What if you're having like four names?
Man, that is it. You write 3 names under given name, and then the surname is only one.
Okay, I got you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes. You're welcome. And then you put your email address, and then you put your date of birth in the order month, date, and year, and then eligibility. Do you plan to study in Australia? Of course, the answer here should be no. If you put yes, kalas, that is where you are stopping. So here you put no. Are you seeking this is scholarship for a master's or PhD degree? Of course, the answer has to be what? No. Have you completed a bachelor's degree? Your answer should be no. So if your answer is yes, for any of these ones here, you are not qualified. So all your answers here should be what? No, no, no. If any answer here is yes, you are ineligible. And additionally, which city do you live in? And then you put your city name. Which country? You put the country. Gender, male or female, you put. country of origin, you select your country, you put your mobile phone number. If you have another phone number, you can put, and then family member contact information. You put the contact of your family member, the name. You choose what is the relationship, whether they are your mother, father, sister, brother, or wife. If somebody is married, and then which city does your family member live? You put the city, the country, the phone number. You put the email address of your family member, and also you repeat the email address, the email address of your family member here, and then you put your proposed program of study, the program of study. If here is a drop down list. If it is not there, then you have to put it here. Which level are you applying for? Whether you're applying for diploma or degree. But of course, I will advise you to apply for a degree and not diploma, except your result cannot allow you. Where do you plan to study? You put the country where you want to study in, and then the name of your school. Put the school name, the city where the school is found, the country of the school, and then you put the website of the school here. Make sure at least you get a school that has a website. The duration of the study, how many years will it take for you to finish the study? Put it here. What date will you begin, or did you begin? If you're somebody who is already studying like Makur, and then you put when you started your course. When do you expect to finish your required coursework? You put when you, yes, when will you finish all your semesters? When will you finish? You have to indicate that here. And then your family background, you put your marital status, whether you are married or single. What is the highest level if you are married? And then they will ask you about the person you are married to. What is the highest level they have finished? What is the employment status if you're somebody who is married? What is the employment status of your husband or wife? What is the average monthly income of your husband or wife? What is the current job title of your husband or wife? And then children information. If you're married, how many children do you have? Actually, to avoid all these questions, you just say you are single. By the way, many people, even many people who are married, they say they are single to avoid too much information like this. But of course, you can put if about your children, number of dependents, parent information. Here now, your parent information. Are your parents alive? Yes, or it's only your mother who is alive, or it's only your father who is alive, or both of them are deceased. What is the highest level of schooling your mother has finished? You have to put. What is your mother's employment status? The average income of your mother, your mother's current or last job. What is the highest level of schooling of your father? Again, the same information like the one for your father. Do you have any siblings? Yes or no? Are you the oldest? Or yes or no? How many siblings are older than you? You put here. Then your financial resources. Do you have any prospects for employment, part-time or otherwise, while you are in school? You have to indicate whether you think you can get employment, whether part-time or full-time during your studies. The maximum scholarship is this. Um, is there any way, in case the scholarship is small, are you going to be able to cover? You have to clearly indicate that. List all sources of income or support and the amount you expect to receive to help pay for your education from each source. Your job, your family, your savings, awarded scholarship, government loans, other loans, total. Have you received a scholarship from other organizations or institutions? You have to indicate yes or no. If yes, name the institution. Do you have any debts with your university? Is there money that your university wants from you? You have to indicate that. If you're somebody who's already in the university, your academic cost, you have to indicate the name of your local currency, the day the current exchange rate you were calculated. Please enter estimated cost in local currency. Here, you have to indicate now. You have to provide the best estimate of the cost for your academic program for 1 year. So you have to calculate the fee structure of your university. How much do you think you will need per year for you to complete all your 2 or 3 semesters? You have to indicate that amount, and you have to name the local currency, the date of the exchange rate, the amount, and then your school fees and other tuition like lab fees, uniform, academic activities, and then the cost of accommodation. If you are studying in the boarding, you have to indicate the cost of accommodation, the cost of meals, books, and school supplies. Then you have to indicate the total here. And then please enter estimated cost in dollars and things like that. And then about you, Now here you tell them about you. What do you plan to do after you complete your education, including where you hope to live? Of course, here you have to emphasize that you will come back to your country after you finish. So this has to come out clear in your what? In your explanation. Do you know any current or past WMI scholars? Yeah, if you know, of course, you already know me, you can say yes. But if you want to say no, also that's fine. If you selected yes, then you have to give the name of the scholar and your relationship. So if you applied for a WMI scholarship in the past, whether you applied or not, if yes, you have to provide the years in which you applied, and then you put your education history, the name of your primary school, the location, the year you completed, the name of your secondary school, the location, the year you completed, and then if you have started your university or post-secondary education, you have to indicate, and then your work or employment history, you have to provide. If you have been working before, put the name of the company or organization, and then you come here, and then you put your volunteer history, where you have volunteered, the name of the organization, description of your responsibilities, and then now you put your supporting documents, your personal statement and essay question, you upload additional document, your clear photo, your official transcript, your interpretation, your national exam results, your full name, your fee structure. You have to indicate all those things, and they have to come out clearly in your application. So usually, if when you're doing this thing online, it will show the percentage to which your application is complete. Up to this far, I think I would like to stop here. If you have, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so I want to talk a bit on the issue of your calculations. Just to let you know, is I think we should be able to avoid putting just round numbers. Like I mean, you just say, okay, they tell you what's your feeding fee. You say $300, or just things like that. You actually need to calculate to the current rate that that the country has. Like for example, like if our rate now in South Sudan is $500, like $100 equal 500,000 SSP. So you need to actually do the real calculation, like in SSP, and then you convert it to dollars, because mostly they tell you to calculate in your local currency. You see, even if you're going to study in Kenya, like you need to find that, okay, in Kenya, maybe the tuition fee there will be 20,000 Kenyan shilling. So that 20,000 Kenyan shilling, you need to convert it to dollars using the Kenyan rate. Then from dollars, you convert it to SSP. So you need to actually put in the right, you need to do the right calculation, and then you put in the right figures. You don't just throw out numbers there like that, because like that, they will be able to just say, okay, fine, this person has not done the calculation, he's just throwing out the numbers. So I think that point also need to note. And then also on the project, like the essay question about if you are given the 1,500, is, I think it is very important for you first of all to give an essay about your field of study, like if the which whatever that you are going to do according to that question, like with that money. First of all, it should be according to the thing that you are going to study. I think that one is also very important, because it will show that, okay, fine, you are willing to learn this thing, and then this thing, the knowledge that you are going to use, you are going to get, you are willing to come and share it with your community, or at least even if not what you are studying, at least something that you are very passionate about, then you should be able to relate to it. And then also it should be something that you are willing to go, and you are willing to come and do it back home in your country. Like even if you are going to study in Uganda or Kenya or in another country, but your thing that you want to do with the project has to be something you are going to be doing it at home. You see, you need to tell it like that because it is also one of the strong points that they are in their application, because they need you to be able to learn and then you come and help your community. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to add a little bit there.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry for taking over. I thank you very much for all the input. The two facilitators. I just wanted to ask something directly to Mr. Bida. You said something about clear portal, and that's you said something like should be like a kind of a web based. What do you mean? Can I go to the studio and then capture a passport size photo and then scan it to PDF? Or I mean, I'm just a little bit confused here.
Yeah, so the studio, they can take the photo and they can just transfer the photo to you like that. Either they can send you via email or they can give you in your flash or they can just send to your phone. You need to have the digital copy. They don't have to print it and then you scan. No, it should not be like that. They just take it and then they send it to you to your phone or to your flash.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I think one more thing. We still have some minutes. Like I think around 28. Oh, I mean 22. There was something you said under this online application. The paper application form on the marital status. I tried to do something here, but just can you try to scroll a little bit upwards? I think there's a kind of thing that I actually
Yes, so
want
I'm
to highlight.
saying, yes. Are you seeing the form now?
Seeing the form, but under marital status.
Yes, marital status is here. Yes, here's marital status. So I was saying, are you seeing now?
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Yes. So if you put married, then you will be asked for like information about your spouse. What is the highest level of schooling your spouse has obtained? Your spouse employment status, your spouse average monthly salary, your spouse current or last job title, and then also you'll be asked information about your children. How many children do you have? The number of dependents. How many dependents are you responsible for? Or any additional people you provide financial support, not including your spouse and children. Yeah. So this is it if you are married.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Any other questions? Any other final questions that you may have?
Yeah,
Otherwise, we have really. Yes, please.
yeah. I have one question here. There was
Yes,
that part
Makul.
of like the one result, or like when you have already joined the university, so they require
Yes,
you to provide result for
yes,
semester. But
yes.
in our college, we did not even see our result for the first two semesters. I don't know how will I do it, and I don't think whether they will come out before the deadline.
For 2 semesters, the result is not out. You are in your third semester now.
Yeah, we will start semester next year, and the result are not yet out.
Yeah, I see University of Juba has that huge challenge. So I don't know how it's going to work, but they really need it because even like when you get the scholarship, yeah, you are supposed to submit reports twice a year. For instance, in the middle of the year, around June and July, they will ask for your reports of the previous year. That means if your results continue to delay, then it will also affect your chances of continue to gain support for the scholarship. So what is going to happen is also earlier on you said you are supposed to get some information from your school. So you maybe they can write for you something like a letter that indicates your result has delayed a bit and it will come out maybe by this time like this, something of that sort. That could that could help.
All right, I will first try.
Uh,
Yes, please,
Mr. Vida?
try. Yes, please.
I don't know. Something is more technical now. I think it's a little bit. Everybody's part of it. I tried
Mm.
to create my account on my tablet, I think I started filling some of the information, particularly on the personal status. Now, when I tried to log out from the tablet and trying to use my computer to do some editing, it is not accepting to. Okay, I can open it, but it directs me that I should be going back. I don't know. It's something more technical. I don't know. Can you just try to help me somewhere there? Because I wanted to use my computer instead of the tablet.
You have already created your account. Then you can log in using your password, using your email and password. Have you logged in using your email and password?
I logged in, it opened, but within a minute, it can open it opened for me the information. But within a minute, it just tells me that it's being rejected and I should return back.
Are you joining on your computer now?
Yes.
You try to share your screen. Share your screen, and then we see how we can help.
Okay. Let me log
Yes.
in. Let me try to log in, and then I will share the screen. Just
Yes,
a
you try to log in and then share your screen.
just a
Otherwise,
minute.
it shouldn't. Yeah. Otherwise, it shouldn't cause that issue. Yes. So yeah. So that is why make sure that you try out most of these things early, so that in case you face any challenges, you are able to work around solutions as early as this, instead of starting late, and then when you face challenges, it can be very difficult and you might get caught by time, and probably the deadline is close and you might not really make the best out of it. So it's very important to experiment early and then see what challenges you're facing and things like that. But of course, as long as everything of yours is intact, you will really you will really furnish a very good application that would increase your chances of selection. Yeah. So, are you able to share your screen now? Yeah. And in the meantime, if you don't have any other questions, if you don't have any other question, then we give you two action points. We give you two action points, and one action point would be to go and create your account on the application portal if you have not yet. And then another action point would be to have the paper application. If you are someone who does not have regular internet access, you begin filling the information in the paper application using PDF editor. And then when you get internet once, then you just copy and paste the information from there. Go take the essay questions, look at the essay questions carefully. And then tomorrow when we come, we will discuss them. Yes, your hand is up. You can proceed, please.
Okay, so I have a question. I have some Kenyan friends who are
Yes.
asking if the scholarship can sponsor foreigners as well. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. It's for people from the developing country. Actually, many people that get selected every year from Kenya.
Oh,
The
okay.
number of people, yes, the number of people selected from Kenya are actually more than South Sudanese. Let me show you for example, last year the number of Kenyans. Earlier on, I showed you the number of South Sudanese selected. So let me show you the number of Kenyans. So are Kenyans are Kenyans are eligible to apply. So let me just see for you, Kenya. You see the Kenyans here? How many? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. You see 9 Kenyans
Yeah.
selected last year. Two of them were selected for medicine. You see,
Oh,
medicine,
okay.
medicine. Yes, medicine, nursing, and then there's one for engineering, law, mathematics, and computer science, computer engineering, commerce and business administration, and then law.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. So let me just show you some of the countries. Like you see, this is somebody from Burma. This is Burundi, Ghana, Kenya, Malawi, Liberia, Nigeria, Nigeria, I think, has the biggest number.
Oh,
even even someone from Pakistan is here,
oh,
Rwanda, yeah, Rwanda, and then Sierra Leone, and then South Sudan, Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia, Zimbabwe. So these were Yemen, even Yemen. You see Yemen here. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. So it's not only for South Sudanese. Thank you.
It seemed like the scholarship is sponsoring medical student a lot.
Yes, yes. Even this is what I've noticed. You see, medicine. You see,
Yeah.
medicine. They looks like they are mostly interested from people in medical field and sciences,
Yeah.
and a bit of social work. Like you see here, community development,
Mm,
um, social science and humanities. But most of them science, engineering, and medicine. Medicine. Too many.
yeah. That's
You see,
good.
like this Nigerian, like Nigerians looks like most of them are medicine. You see these Nigerians,
Where are South
all,
Sudanese?
all medicine.
The
It's
South
crazy.
Sudanese who are doing medicine.
From South Sudan, I think the ones that got selected for South Sudan, I think for South Sudan, none for medicine was selected. Only food science, and then pharmacy. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
food science and pharmacy. So that means this year they might select somebody for medicine.
Oh, okay. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, then you're
Mm.
welcome. You have started your application or not yet?
Pardon?
Have you started your application or not yet?
No, I haven't started. I was
Ah,
waiting to look forward to learn on how to apply,
ah,
and yeah, and then I go forward with it because I think it's until March, so there's a lot of time.
yes, yes. But still, you need to start early. It's very important to start early.
Okay.
Yeah, you're already on holiday or you are still for exam?
No, I'm on holidays.
Yeah, if you're on holiday, you can just start, especially in the application portal. Those basic information like your name, your date of birth, those
Yeah.
general information, you can begin putting them.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, and then the other things now you focus on your essay. Like for you already studying, other things are simple. Like you know how much fees you pay in a year and things like
Yes.
that. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, then I think Isaac has dropped. If there are no other questions, we'll end it there. Let us meet tomorrow, and then we will discuss how best to write the essays. We'll also show you some examples of essays, and we are giving you back 10 minutes of your time. Have a lovely afternoon and take very good care of yourselves, everyone.
Thank you.